everyone, I'm the Tax Pro, and today we are going to talk about adding a credit card credit from a vendor in QuickBooks Online. So what exactly is a credit card credit? Credit card credit is where you have a refund or a credit that is applied to your credit card from your vendor. So let's say, for example, you've purchased something from a vendor, they charged your credit card when you purchased it, and then later you return all or a portion of this transaction. In order to record this, we're going to go to the plus new area, and we're going to go to credit card credit. Now I want to show you a couple of things here. One thing to keep in mind is you can't use a credit card credit to take a credit to a bank account, okay? It has to be a credit card account in QuickBooks Online. So for example, ABC Corporation here, we have a checking account set up. It is not an option here to have the credit go to the checking account. So if you have a debit card, for instance, that you've used and it's connected to your checking account, you can't apply a refund that a vendor applies to that debit card. You can't record that in the credit card credit area. It's one of the things that I don't really like about QuickBooks Online. So in order to record this, we need to pick who the payee is, so who paid us, who provided us with this credit, and then we need to select a credit card account. I'm just going to quickly set up a credit card account and kind of show you what the credentials here need to be. So you have to have this account type has to be credit card, and this detail type also has to be credit card. Okay, if you were to select a bank account, it's not going to be eligible for this type of transaction. So we can just say that this is, the National Bank credit card. And then we can save and close. So because this is classified as a credit card, it's going to show up here. I know that it says bank/credit account. It won't let you pull up a bank account. Then we're going to have the date in which Bluebird Technologies paid us. You can have a reference number. Maybe you have a return reference number. You can put that here. Now for the category, you are going to select the same category as the initial charge, okay? You would select the same category as that initial charge. So let's say that we purchase supplies from Bluebird Technologies, and they're going to give us a credit card credit of $450. Okay, we could potentially put in the description, product was faulty or something along those lines. You can have your memo here, you can upload an attachment. So this is how we record a credit card credit when we don't have like a credit, a vendor credit that we've recorded, okay? We're gonna take it straight to the account that we originally charged on. So if we had a credit card charge from Bluebird Technologies, we purchased supplies and material, now we've returned it, we're gonna take it to that supplies and material account. We're gonna then save and close. Now there is an exception here. Let's say that we went to Bluebird Technologies and they initially charged us for this product or these supplies, and then we return those supplies, and in QuickBooks Online we went ahead and we did a vendor credit. So this right here, this type of transaction, what a vendor credit does is it tells QuickBooks Online, we've returned this item, or we have a credit for this particular item or this particular account, but they haven't paid us. We have this vendor credit sitting there to either apply to future bills, that kind of thing. Now, if later down the road, Bluebird Technology says, oh, well, now we're going to issue this back on your credit card, we wouldn't record a credit card credit to the account we initially charged when we made that purchase. Let me kind of show you an example here, because this is a little bit different. So let's say we've purchased, I'll just go through the whole entire process. So we're going to purchase from Bluebird Technologies. We purchased back in June on bill number 101. We purchased some supplies and materials, okay? And we paid, we'll just say $2,500 for these supplies and materials. So we paid $2,500, bill 101, it was due net 30, all that good stuff. So we're gonna save and close. This is us recording that bill. Now later, we ended up paying that bill on a credit card. So we paid Bluebird Technologies. We paid this $2,500 in June, the end of June, okay, the 30th, from the National Bank credit card, okay? So we paid Bluebird Technologies, it's been paid. Well, now all of a sudden we got these supplies, and some of them aren't what we ordered, okay? So something's wrong with them. We call up Bluebird Technologies and we say, hey, something isn't quite right here. And they say, okay, we'll issue you a credit to use on your account. So we're gonna record this vendor credit, right? So we went to Plus New, vendor credit. We're gonna get a vendor credit from Bluebird Technologies. Maybe we did this middle of July. This case, we're gonna record it against that supplies and materials, right? They gave us a credit for $750. I might have a reference number I need to put in here. There might be a description that I add. Maybe I have a memo here and I put an attachment, right? So those are all options that you may want to use in order to document where this vendor credit came from. So we now have this vendor credit for $750. Well, now all of a sudden, Bluebird Technology says, you know what, you haven't ordered from us in a while. We have a policy where after 30 days, we just go ahead and refund this to the credit card. So now we have Bluebird Technologies. We have already recorded the vendor credit. Now we see that $750 come back on our credit card. So we go to do a credit card credit. We're going to do Bluebird Technologies is who paid us. They did this on the 12th of August, okay? And then we have this supplies and materials for $750. If we were to save it like this under supplies and materials, we would have reduced supplies and materials twice. And we would still have a credit sitting on Bluebird Technologies account saying that they owe us $750. Instead of using the supplies and materials account, we need to take this to accounts payable. Okay? Let me explain why. When we take that vendor credit and we record that vendor credit, what it's doing is it is reducing the supplies and materials account. So it's saying we're going to reduce the supplies and materials account. On the other side of that transaction, it is reducing the amount that we owe Bluebird Technologies. It is saying now that Bluebird Technologies owes us $750. Okay? Now, once they reimburse that to our credit card, they no longer owe us that $750. We need to clear that off. So we've already taken and reduced our supplies and materials by that $750. Now we need to reduce what Bluebird Technologies owes us, or we owe them, right? So we need to say, accounts payable, Bluebird Technologies is paying us that credit. So we take it to accounts payable right here. We're gonna save and close. And this is where QuickBooks Online, I don't love the functionality. We have to do an extra step because what's going to end up happening, we go to reports here and we were to go to the payable aging detail and we were to look at Bluebird Technologies, you're going to see this vendor credit, or this vendor credit and this credit card credit sitting here. They have not been applied to each other, okay? They haven't canceled each other out yet. They're still both sitting as open. We need to apply them to each other. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to Plus New. We are going to do an expense. We're going to bring up Bluebird Bluebird Technologies, it's going to pop this credit card credit and this vendor credit over here along with this bill that we can just ignore for now. We're going to add this credit card credit of $7.50. We're going to add the vendor credit. This is a $0 expense, okay? And we can take it to the credit card so that it sits on the same card. That's okay. So again, we've marked this credit card credit for $7.50. We've marked the vendor credit for $7.50. The amount is $0. We're going to save and close. Now you can see this AP agent detail. Those $7.50 transactions are not there. So the credit card credit is not there, nor is the vendor credit. We've now applied them to each other, but Bluebird Technology still has this other outstanding balance. We didn't do anything to this particular bill. Okay? So you just need to make sure that you apply them together. So I'm going to do a quick summary because that was quite a bit of information. If you have a vendor that gives you something back on your credit card, you're going to go to Plus New, and you're going to record a credit card credit. You can only take this to credit cards. You can't take this to a bank account. If you have a credit that's applied to like a bank account through a debit card or something along those lines, that's a whole separate process. This is for credit cards only. You're going to go through, you're going to fill this out. You're going to fill out the payment date. You might have a reference number. You're going to fill out the category, description, amount. Now the category, if you have not already recorded a vendor credit for what this vendor owes you, then you're just going to take that category to the specific category that the initial charge was taken to. For example, if I've purchased supplies, I would take this credit card credit to supplies. Okay? You want to make sure that you have the correct account. Now, if I've already recorded a vendor credit for this credit and now they're reimbursing it on a credit card, the category is going to be accounts payable because I've already recorded the reduction in that initial expense account. And when I recorded that vendor credit, I got a reduction in that initial expense account and I got a reduction in accounts payable. Now I need to offset that accounts payable transaction to the actual transaction on the credit card. So if I've already recorded a vendor credit, I would use accounts payable for this category right here. I would save and close, and then I need to apply the credit card credit to the vendor credit. You can do that by doing Plus New Expense. You can type in the vendor, and then from the right-hand side, it's going to open up a drawer that's going to contain all these open transactions that you'll be able to add to that transaction to offset it. That transaction should be $0. Okay? So that's how you apply it. I hope that was helpful, and I will see you guys next time.